Hello, everybody. Welcome to our third day of Once Upon a Time in Mascara. My name is Katie Martin, and I am a top artist ambassador with the company. And I know so many of you, and I'm really excited to have everybody here tonight. I definitely planned on going live a whole lot earlier than this, but today is just one of those days where you have not one child sick, but two children sick. It was a snow day, so everyone was home from school. And of course, bedtime is not going to happen because now they have a 2-hour delay for school tomorrow. But you know what? The one beautiful thing, one of many beautiful things about this company is that we do this business in the nooks and crannies of our lives. Sometimes we go live from our cars. Sometimes we go live hiding in the bathroom closet because our children are just outside the door. And that's the only all the moms out there can totally relate. So anyway, I just wanted to say, if you're watching live, please say hello and just leave a comment so that I know I'm good to go here. Okay, Lisa's here. I'm glad that someone's joining. And then also, if you happen to catch this on the replay, if you put the word replay in there, I can know that you watched it after the fact. And then if you have any questions or anything about what I've said, about our company or the artist program or the makeup or whatever, you can just put a comment in there, and then I'll circle back around and make sure that I address all of those. So I'm here to tell you about my mascara story, how I stumbled into this company completely clueless, and in about 1.5 years have shocked the crap out of myself and made it into, kind of a full-time job, which is pretty crazy. So this is the blind squirrel finds a nut story. So I'll just tell you that I was a photographer for about 10 years, and I love my job. And I photographed all kinds of genres of work throughout my career. I've photographed weddings and babies and families, and in the last 3 or 4 years, I really honed in on photographing women. I love photographing women, and I love giving women even more, just an incredible experience in my studio where they could come in and they felt really special and loved on. And I think that is such and no offense to any guys that are watching, but I feel like sometimes for men, it's really easy to be yeah, I'm going fishing, and they're fine with just being this is self-care, baby, I got to do it, and they don't have any problem saying that. But then, for a woman to be hey, I'm going to go get a massage, or I'm going to go have photographs taken of myself, somehow that feels I really shouldn't do that. I shouldn't do that for myself. That's kind of an indulgence. And I really, and it's hard for us. We have guilt about that. And so when I built my business and I geared it toward women, I really just wanted them to have this incredible experience. I wanted them to leave my studio feeling amazing, $1 million. And then I wanted to give them these photographs that would remind them of that experience and that day and how wonderful they felt, so that they could look at them and say, I remember that. I feel so good. That's such an amazing day. And so, the idea is that we just sprinkle a little sunshine on women. Okay. So then in October of 2017, I had done a lot of traveling. I love to travel. That's a huge thing. And I was taking my little photography studio on the road that year. And I picked all these cities that I was going to go to, and I picked a handful of them, and I happened to be in Savannah, Georgia that October, and I was going to be photographing a couple of ladies there. And one lady in particular I got hooked up with because one of the family members that I have that lives in Savannah, Georgia, knew this lady. And I had never met her before, and so I kind of stalked her on Facebook, and she was gorgeous, and I came to find out that she used to model in Vogue Italia, and she was in all these TV commercials in the 80s, Prel and all these really fun commercials. And so whenever I went over to her house, I was a little bit nervous because I was oh my gosh, this lady's a real model. And so I always have butterflies when I'm photographing somebody. It doesn't matter who they are, really. But I met her, and she was just so kind and so lovely and just so wonderful. And then she showed me at the end of the shoot this makeup that was sitting on her counter. And at that point, I almost was just okay, oh, look at this makeup. because I've always loved makeup. I was a makeup girl, but it was like a chore. I didn't really like, you know, it was just something that I had to, that took time every day to getting ready. Was just like, I was about how fast can I get out the door? I mean, you obviously see my hair. I'm like, how quickly can we get this done? So when she showed me the makeup, I was like, kind of like, oh gosh, I rejected it instantly. I was like, I have too much makeup. I have makeup coming out my ears. Like, I don't really need any more makeup. And then she showed me all these pretty brushes and all this gorgeous packaging. And then she showed me the cream makeup itself. And I was like, all right, this looks really special. Like, I've never seen anything like this before. And I honestly was not even thinking about it for myself. I just knew that I had been in a position where I was doing all these photo shoots forever on all these ladies, and I had been spending, you guys, I was spending like $5,000 a year on makeup. Professionals to come in and like, you know, do the makeup on the girls that were having their photo shoots. And it was money well spent. But I'm looking at this and my little wheels are turning and I'm thinking to myself, this is awesome. I think I could do this. Like, I'm not a makeup artist, but I could probably do this. Like, I think I could maybe teach these girls about this makeup, and then that really good feeling that they have every day when they leave, you know, that feeling, then if they knew what they were doing, they could do their face themselves, and then they could feel that good every single day. And I'm like, that is pretty genius. And I wasn't even thinking about putting it on my own face. Isn't that crazy? And even then that day, okay, this is gonna sound crazy. This is where the blind squirrel part comes in, okay? I just did it. Like, I literally, like, congratulations to all of you people that are in this group and you're like, you want to hear more? Like, you're doing your due diligence and asking all the right questions, because I didn't ask any of those things. I just did it. I just looked at it and I thought to myself, $399? Huh. I'm spending $5,000 on makeup artists for a year, or I could spend $399 and teach these people how to do it themselves, and maybe they'll buy it when they leave, and then I'll make all my money back. Win-win, right? Okay. So I didn't ask, and plus, like, I was also thinking, like, I just looked at it like it was another tool for my photography business. I didn't even look at it any other way. I didn't even think to myself, oh, you're like starting another business. Like, maybe you should ask some tough questions. Like, do you have to sell anything every month? Or is there auto ship? Or is there minimums? Or is there inventory to keep? Like, I am such a ninny, and I didn't ask any of those questions. And lucky for me that I just stumbled my way into the best possible network marketing company that ever there was, the one with the best compensation plan and the raddest chicks that happen to work here that are super duper supportive. I mean, like, what a dummy. Okay, so congrats to you for being here. Congrats for asking all the right questions, because I just, like, in under an hour, I didn't even put the makeup on my face. I looked at it and I was like, this looks good to me. It just feels right. I'm going with it. And so fast forward like 2 weeks, my makeup comes. I was really excited, and I was just, I mean, I think that I would attribute my early success with the business to the fact that I just had diarrhea of the mouth. I have diarrhea of the mouth right now. I mean, I was like talking to everybody about it. I was so excited. I was like standing in the post office line. I didn't even have the makeup yet. So I didn't even have it on my face to even show anybody, but I was like, guess what I did? Guess what I was just so stoked. I couldn't keep my mouth shut. And there's like some old man sitting next to me in the line at the post office going, that's good, honey. Good for you. Like, I mean, but I feel like whenever you get excited about something, when you know deep down in your heart that it's like the right thing, I mean, I just believed it. I believed in my gut that it was the right thing. And so my makeup came and I like tackled the mailman and I put it on my face. And one of the best things that happened to me that very first day, like my first aha moment, was I remember going in the bathroom at like midnight and flipping on the light. And usually at that point in the day, I was like completely naked face. Like my makeup had somehow magically disappeared because none of the other makeup was not cream-based makeup and it would never last all day. And I walked into the bathroom and I flicked on the light and I was like, dang, girl, you look so good. And I couldn't get over it. I was like, oh my God, look at my face. Like I couldn't handle it. So then I was like, man, I'm gonna start using this. The heck with my clients, I'm gonna do it. So short story long, the first 2 weeks, I ended up selling like $7,000 worth of makeup. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, I'm a photographer. I'm not a makeup artist. I didn't have any experience. And so that early success was crazy and mind-blowing, and I couldn't believe it. And all I was doing was just like throwing it out there a little bit. Like, I was just like, I did a little unboxing video. And so all of these crazy things, you guys, this last year and a half, some insane things have happened. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you like I'm gonna just blast you with all these crazy things that I didn't expect to happen that happened. Okay, so the first thing was I started seeing little direct deposits happen in my bank account because I was selling all this makeup. I wasn't even selling it. We don't even say that we sell makeup. Like, we're sharing makeup. That's all we're doing. We share it. I always say, it's like if you were to go to the movies and you saw a really funny movie and then you went on Facebook and you were like, I just saw the best movie ever and you guys got to go see it. That's kind of how I feel about this makeup. Like, it's not weird for me because I love it. And so for me, it's just about sharing something that I totally love. And Kristen Hodges, girl, I am not ignoring you. I'm obsessed with you. So I love you for all of your loving comments. You are just such a rock star. Kristen Hodges, for those of you that are joining and can see her, this is just one of those testaments to the power of this company. So this is another one of those things that I didn't expect was people like Kristen Hodges or all these other women that have lived across the country that I never would have met were it not for this company, right? I have some amazing girlfriends now. I mean, Kristen lives in Arizona. I live in Maryland, and it's like, she's my homegirl, and like all of these things, like we're not even on the same team. I mean, we kind of are because she's way on a sideline somewhere over in the other arm of the company, but we are all on the same team. We don't ever think of it that way. We are all working for this. We work for Kara. We work for our leader, our fearless leader, who is just such an amazing woman and has a heart of gold. And because she decided to have this artist program, she knew that she was going to effectively change the lives of so many other people, so many more people, and that's really just her pure heart, versus going in like Sephora and just making a buck and selling it and just being like, that was easy. I mean, she is incredible, and when I heard her reasoning for why she wanted to take this company that was just purely an online business and go into direct marketing and network marketing and direct sales, I was one of those people that had like that's one of those pyramid things. I'm that like, I don't want to hear about people and their supplements and their wraps all day online. Like, that's dumb. But when I heard about her and her story and just how that changed and shifted my mindset, I was like, this girl's a genius, and she has a heart of gold, and she just really wants to help a lot of women like me. I'm a single mom. I have 3 kids. I'm working like a dog all the time. I love what I do because I work for myself. So getting up each day is not like a big deal for me to get up and work hard. Like, I am a self-starter. And I'll say that, like, this business isn't for everyone. I get that. Like, you have to be willing to get up and do it. So there's no like sugarcoating all those aspects of it. Like, yes, there are women in our company that are making in the tens of thousands of dollars a month, right? Women that I know, like, it's not a myth. It's not just some like pie in the sky thing that you're like, you hear about some mythical girl that's like a unicorn in the company and she's making the big bucks and like, but no one really sees her. Like, these are girls I know. And so I can definitely say that it is a real thing that you can make some serious money doing this, but you have to be willing to get up every day and do the work. But it's fun. It's fun. Like, we're all having such a blast. It's like I said, it's not like selling anything. You don't have to be salesy or yucky. You know, one of the leaders on our company always says, like, the only person that's making it yucky is you. So if you're not yucky, ain't nobody else gonna think it's yucky. So, all right, so back to my like little short list of things that I didn't expect. Okay, so we covered that we were getting these little direct deposits, and I was like, okay, I would do this even if I wasn't getting paid. So that I didn't expect, that there would be money happening and money going in my bank account. Secondly, the girls that I met. Okay, so not only are there girls out in the company that already were artists that were willing to call me up and support me, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. I'm like in the best sorority ever. I was never even in a sorority, but now I'm in one and it's the coolest ever. But then I got people that were like, hey, what's this makeup thing all about? I want to join your team. And you're like, what? Like, teamies? Okay. Come on, we'll learn this thing together. I don't really know what I'm doing, but you can come on and we'll just do it all together and, you know, just link arms and just figure it out as we go, okay? So I think that that's also super important. I feel like people, a lot of the objections that I hear about this business and why I can't do it, you like talk yourself out of it. You think, well, I have to do this and I have to be an expert at makeup and I gotta have a big social media following and all these things, and you don't have to have any of that. You really don't. You're just getting in your own way. So that was another thing that I didn't expect. Then I didn't expect that I would get to see so much of the country. You guys, I went to Las Vegas for a conference called The Most Powerful Women in Network Marketing, and I saw these women that were from all parts of our industry, from all different companies, walk a stage that had all earned $1 million that year. And some of them were only in their companies like a couple of months. And I was like scratching my head from the back going, is this thing for real? Like, in my wildest dreams as a photographer, I would never have even had the balls to say I could like earn that kind of money. But now suddenly there's this thing right in front of me that's super fun. That's like, oh yeah, and by the way, you could get paid big bucks. You just have to put one foot in front of the other every day. So I was like, I came home feeling all energized about that. And that was pretty cool. So Vegas was cool. I got to meet my sisters there. Then Dream. We had our own company conference, just the Mascara Girls, and boy, like it lived up to its name. We went to Salt Lake City. It was for 3 or 4 days. We had this giant community of women, 3,000 women that were there just supporting each other. And like, you would think that going to a conference with 3,000 of like these drop dead gorgeous girls, that it would be like the movie Mean Girls, right? Like high school all over again. Like, here's all these gorgeous girls and everybody's gonna be so mean. It could not have been more opposite. Like, we had a ball. And so just being able to meet people that were living across the country, that I had only known them in the virtual space, that we were now suddenly able to meet each other in person, was just so richly rewarding. I ended up going to Tahoe with a small group of girls for a leaders retreat in November, and that was a ball too. So like, this has all happened within the last like year. Can you believe it? And that was super special because we got to spend some time with Kara and with some of the top leaders in the company and really just mastermind for a little while and like talk about like where the company is headed. And I'm here to tell you guys, like, sitting in and having that privilege of being in that like situation with these top leaders, I'm here to tell you that this is a solid company. It is going nowhere. They got big plans to take over Canada. They've got big plans to take over a lot of really amazing things. So this is just the beginning. So the idea that I was involved in I just accidentally stumbled into this ground level opportunity was like another like lucky me. I'm the lucky one, right? Okay, and so I even got a few awards at the Dream Conference. That was crazy awesome. I mean, the whole time I'm just scratching my head going, I can't believe that this has all happened, right? And then I will say that the one other thing, 2 other things that have just been so amazing is just, I mean, I'm a single mom. Like, every penny counts for me. I have one income. I'm a one-income household, and I want to make sure that my kids are always taken care of. And so because of that, it just meant that we didn't do a lot of like extra things. And I have this little bucket list box. And one of the things in my bucket list, I had to like stop sitting on my foot because my foot was starting to fall asleep. So I have to pull this down. Was to take my kids to Disney. And I had been kind of squirreling money away for like 10 years. To take them to Disney. And for my 40th birthday last year, in January, I took the kids to Disney, and it was a blast. And to be able to do that because of this company and because of the income that came because of that, like, I mean, that was huge. That was huge. And that's all we really want. You know, we work hard so that we can spend time with the people that matter most to us, right? So, you know, I would just say to any of you guys out there, like, what do you want? What do you really want? What are the things that you want out of your life that you're too afraid to say out loud, right? What are those things that you're just like, man, I would really love to blank. Like, I would love for you guys to sit down and after you get off this video, say, you know, what do I really want? Like, you know, make it exciting. And so the very, very final thing that I'll say, and this is so crazy and so huge, but when I was in Salt Lake City, I was out there with all these girls, and I ended up like running into a very nice gentleman, and I have had an amazing relationship with somebody that I would never have met if it were not for this company. And he happened to live in Boston, Massachusetts, and I live in Maryland, and in like 5 days, he's moving here. So that is so crazy, right? So when I say that if I went back 18 months ago and you told me that you would go to Tahoe and you would go, oh, and I forgot, on Monday I'm going to Mexico with him and all these other girls. Gosh, this is so hard. Like, how do you whittle it down to just a few things? I've been talking so long. I'm going to let you guys go. But Tahoe, Vegas, Salt Lake City, we're going to Mexico in a week. I met an amazing man, and he's changing the whole game of my life right now. He's moving to Maryland in like 5 days, and all of these things. What if I didn't go to Dream, right? What if I didn't say yes to that opportunity in Savannah, Georgia 18 months ago? None of these things would have happened. I'm telling you, you never know what saying yes to something could mean for your life. And I'll just leave you with this. It's $399. But what's the best that could happen? Think about that. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Because there's something inside of you that needs something. Maybe you need sisterhood. Maybe you need a few extra dollars in your bank account. Maybe you need something that's yours, that feeling. Maybe you just want to help impact others and you want to make them feel beautiful and sprinkle a little sunshine on them, right? What's the best that could happen? So I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for your time and attention. If you can't tell, I kind of dig this company, and I'm telling you that it comes from a very authentic, very genuine place. And I think this is probably the first time that I've ever told my mascara story and I haven't just ugly cried all over the place. So go me. All right, you guys, thank you so much. There's a couple of more girls that are going to be going live in this group. So 2 a day until the 17th, which is our big birthday. So have a great night.